Burrow's happy. Burrow's healthy by all appearances. But he struggles against the Cleveland Browns. 1-5. The guy who is Patrick Mahomes' kryptonite has his own kryptonite in the form of the Cleveland Browns. It makes no sense. Does he finally break that hold that the Browns have over him?
Look, a couple of those games Burrow scored in the 30s, so I'm not gonna say he can't beat Cleveland. It is weird. It's an odd story. Mike, of all the games on the first weekend of the season, this is the game that I look at and circle as the biggest game of the week for two reasons. Number one, we're going to see what happens when Myles Garrett chases Joe Burrow out of the pocket. Does he have a coach right now or an offensive coordinator, Brian Callahan or Zach Taylor, who say, listen, no sprinting. Can't sprint. You're not ready to do that yet. Do they do that? Or does he just play absolutely as normal and the Bengals hope for the best? That's one part of it. But the other part is, will the real Deshaun Watson please stand up? And we have no idea after watching him sit for 100 weeks, play lousy last year, and then have another full off season. You say, well, he's been able to train with all his guys. Well, that's looking on the bright side of life, as John Cleese would say in Monty Python. But the real question that I would have, honestly, the real question I would have very simply is whether he can resume what he was 3 years ago. We do not know. And so anybody who says, Watson is going to, he's young, he's going to resume it. Listen, this guy has been beat up nationally everywhere. He's had his life put under the microscope, and rightfully so, okay? But I don't know which Deshaun Watson is going to be this year. He had a very in-and-out training camp. He had some good days. He had some not good days. So to me, Mike, this is a huge game for both teams because the Bengals are going to see what they have health-wise in Joe Burrow. The Browns are going to start to see what they have, after paying a guy the biggest guaranteed contract in history. They're going to see whether it's even remotely worth it. If he has a bad year, Lord help the Cleveland Browns. I don't know how you come back from that, really.
Well, and that is the biggest wild card for the Cleveland Browns. And the Cleveland Browns are the biggest wild card team in the NFL for me this year. I don't know how they're going to do. I don't know whether they're going to be good or not, because it all goes back to Deshaun Watson. Can he be the guy that he was in 2020 when we last saw him for a full season, where he was the best by far the Texans had to offer, and he had a great season without a lot of help around him? Can he get back to being what he was in Houston? Here he is from this week on how he believes he can go about getting back to being Deshaun Watson 2020 when he was MVP caliber in Houston.
I don't want to return as a guy at Houston. I want to be better than that guy. So what I was 2023, 3 years ago, I'm not the same guy. So I feel like I've improved, I've evolved to a new level, and I'm ready to be able to show that. Last year was a tricky time where, I was learning everything, but, I don't want to just get caught up on, hey, Houston this, Houston that. I had a lot of fun, a lot of success in Houston, but I want to have that success and start something new in Cleveland.
That's fine, but I think he's missing the point. The point is, can you be the guy that you were? Don't even focus on being better than that guy. You got to get back to being that guy. That's a long time. 1 full year where he didn't play at all. Last year, he was gone for 11 games, and those games at the end of the season just kind of had a weird, awkward vibe to them. What do we really take from that when the Browns were already done, and it just felt like pre-preseason games that weren't going to mean anything because you got 8 months before you start playing again. This is it. Will he be the guy that he was? And how will they use him? How do you justify Nick Chubb, who makes a ton of money, who, is a vestige of the
Hey, Mike,
the ground and pound offense. Go ahead.
Mike, the one question I have after that soundbite is, aren't we in the biggest heat wave we've ever had in this country? And unless he's doing his press conference inside a refrigerator with a Browns background, I don't understand the hoodie and the wool cap. Somebody please explain that to me. I'm going out with the lightest T-shirt and shorts everywhere. And look at this. I don't know. Is that me? Or do you look at something like that and you say, hey, Deshaun, it's 94 degrees outside. Come on, dude.
I don't know if there's a method to it or not. I noticed it last night during pregame warm-ups. Like some of the Lions players, it's hot out here. I don't get it. Maybe there is some sort of performance-based mindset, heat acclimation. I don't know. But the key is, will Deshaun Watson be the guy that he was when he took the NFL by storm as a rookie? Continue to play well. We haven't seen him. No one's seen him. Hi, it's Mike Florio. Thanks for watching PFT on YouTube. Hit subscribe for the latest news and analysis from Pro Football Talk.